I think it was over the weekend, and it just didn't. When it launched, I guess it didn't fucking work or whatever. But they said that they were working on it. It says something on their site about it, but I'm pretty pumped for that, man.
Well, they're moving in the right direction, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They got some good shit coming. I'll probably do what the fuck? I'll probably do an FTMO again at the end of the month here. I'm gonna see what I can turn.
Yeah, man.
One account into what's that?
We had a good run at it this week and the last week. My wife's been doing the challenges and getting used to the platform. And
your wife's an animal, dude.
Dude, she hasn't failed one yet. I mean, just crazy one after another. Just yeah, I don't get it, man. I'm blessed with that. What we're working on now is more of just getting comfortable to putting it really into play. Like,
yeah,
working on
just do it. You don't even think about it. You just do it.
Yeah, you just gotta let loose, man. Just pull that trigger and go for it. You got to, but man, we're getting there. I'm pretty pumped for what we got coming. So
yeah, man, I got some big shit coming this week too. Fuck me.
Yeah, no, that's badass, man. That's badass.
Oh, I got more and more calls after I messaged you.
Yep, that's badass, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
should
glad
be at
to hear it,
50K
man.
on Monday.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna do FTMO challenge at the end of the month. I'm gonna do buy 3 at once.
Yep.
And then just or I'll probably run like 4 and just see if I can't pass them all.
Yeah, man, go for it.
You only get 3, but the 4th one, if I did pass all of them, the 4th one puts on limbo. Okay. And then if something happens to one of the other ones, it just
and then you have the other one. Yeah.
That's how that
right.
works, yeah.
Okay.
If I can get 3 or 4 by the end of the month, then fuck yeah, that'll be mint.
That's coming up fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, next month, yeah.
Well, shit, next month's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, my birthday's right around the corner, man. I'm not too excited for that.
How old are you, Patrick?
I'll be 26.
Okay, yeah.
I'm 25. I'm 28 in January.
Nice, man. I wish I got to this stuff a little bit younger than I am now, but it's all good.
Probably.
Dude, you're good. You're like 26. You're going to be fucking retired by your 27.
It's good. Right. But I thought about it. I'm like, man, coming out of high school, if I was introduced to something like this and, I had, less responsibilities, still living at home, and really I just drove all the way into it. I think about where I'd be now, but at the end of the day, man, I'm glad that we came across it when, where we're at. It's just up from here, so.
And honestly, man, like, I came across this shit in 2016, but it was not the right group. So I was in and out in a matter of a couple weeks.
Right.
Like, I seen the potential, but, like, couldn't connect the dots because the group fucking didn't have a clue. I think it might have been, like, when was IM established? Fuck, it might have been IM way back in the day. I don't know, but regardless, like, it was a little local group and fucking.
I think IM is what, like 2 years old or something? 2.5.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it just, I was in and out of it so fast, and everybody else was in and out of it so fast. But it isn't like, so even if you did come across it, when you're 19, 18, like, I honestly don't think fucking.
Yeah, you might be right, man.
Really, we made a run at it. Just you might have, but who knows? But yeah, no big fucking shit coming. Like, this is gonna be an insane month.
I'm still kind of drawing up my charts, man. Well, anyway, yeah, it was just a few people had asked about doing a call, man. It was good to get back on a call. I don't know really what, if you guys want to cover anything in particular, like, just share what you guys got going on, man. It's good to catch up and talk. So whatever you got, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just doing my same old shit.
I want you fuckers to look at my chart.
Yeah, man. Pull it up. They're still really focused on session volume. Have you twisted it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, I'll show you.
A lot. That's good, man. I gravitated from where I first started at. It's still relevant with the support and resistance and stuff, but I've definitely gravitated from it and grown.
So I marked up this last night, and it hit every fucking, just played fucking every single one. But I fucking still suck at 5-minute charts, and I fucking don't. Like, I knew this, like, I don't know what you guys see here, but I see just double top.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else? Would you guys play that?
Right where your cursor's at right now. What I see is you see that drop, that initial, it's kind of staggering down, and then you have some blue candles going up that are, a little bit bigger. So I start to see that, and then it shorts out at the top, and that's what I'm focused on. I love to see it kind of stagger upward like that. Yeah, you get that initial drop, and then it comes for the retest, and when it staggers up, your candles start to get real small. And you see the exhaustion, and then it always just explodes. You get that nice big candle that just comes out of it.
So you'd have been in here?
That's what I see. So now I'm talking about, so right to the left, the big candle right there.
Zoom in a bit.
All right.
Zoom in a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, so whether you were talking about that double top, so you see, it staggers kind of down, dragging down, and then it goes back up for the retest. Yeah, it comes back up and hits there. I love to see when it comes back up and it staggers like that, just a short, spurt, and then because you can see the momentum. You can tell the momentum. You can see it exhausting, and then you get that wick right there, and then it just explodes out of it after that candle and just gone. That's what I see when I look for a sell setup anyway.
Well, yeah, because you can see it kind of coming down, then it went kind of went like a little bit hard towards the retest, and then it just freaking went.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of staggering down, and you're always going to get that retest, and then
boosh.
Yeah, that's what I go for. I mean, like I've been telling you guys, majority I realized of my moves just being sells,
Oh.
And I don't know what it is, but I don't know. I just feel a little more comfortable selling, I guess, or spotting the setups for me. I don't know.
So let's go here.
Yeah. So
you box just this.
So if I was yeah, man. So I'm running on my phone. I'm just running those two horizontal lines, and yeah, I would box it out just like that. But really, what I would just be looking at is, look at all those candles and the exhausting wicks on top, and then you got that little candle bottom.
Got all the pressure coming
down towards the bottom, kind of showing that it's pushing down, but you still have that wick, so it's indicating it's going to go down. And so that's what I'm looking for. I spot that, and I spot that within like channels. And whenever we get to my chart, I'll elaborate on that. But I look for that exhaustion and then just wait for it, because you got it trapped at that point. It's going one or two ways, and it's going to explode because your chart's slowed down, and it's, there's a lot of tension. You can see it. So whatever comes out of it's going to be, it's going to go somewhere.
Because, I literally fucking charted this thing last night.
Yeah. No, it looks fucking good, man. Like you said,
and it fucking just
down and respecting.
It played every level that I drew up last night. Hell, that's right there.
You're doing pretty much exactly what I'm doing. You're getting this sideways channel that is trading in, where you're having these good moves that go up and down. Man, you got it charted, and that's exactly what I do. Get that initial channel, and then you have obviously smaller support and resistance lines that it's respecting.
But then you can kind of like work off that and use that kind of as like a base.
Exactly.
Right. What I'm saying is like right here, like let's say what I don't know. Okay, this was this morning, 7:30. So I charted these blue lines last night. So I see that it's following, everything that I've worked up. But I just can't fucking get in at the perfect time. Like I can get in, but it might draw down on me a little bit, or
I'm trying to pinpoint on your chart. Okay, yeah, I got it exactly pinpointed on my chart, so we can talk about it whenever we get over here because I have it charted up and I have my entries.
Show me your chart.
Or where I would. So this is, you can see it. It's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Yes,
good.
I got this. So my entries would be here, here, and I've circled everything that I'm spotting, which is helping me base off of, just going price action, exhaustion. And so in this situation right here, what I see is, it has that it drops, it comes down. So you can tell it's kind of comfortable in this area. You got this is essentially just a whole channel. It's just trading in, but in this particular trade, I see it drop down and now I see it staggering up more. And then you get this bigger candle. It's going to go, I think it's going to go, it stops, it hits this support, goes back up for a retest up here. Then you get the exhaustion. So it's staggering up. I mean, those aren't big candles. It's staggering. You can tell momentum by the wicks. You can just tell that it was struggling, getting up. You get a nice healthy candle going down. Now it's not ready yet. You get this and a strong push back up for the retest and then clear exhaustion. So I'm waiting for this clear exhaustion. I'm waiting for 4, 5, even 6 candles that are showing me stuff like this. And every time, I mean, even right here's another example. Let me widen that. I mean,
You got like 4 confirmations it's like going down. Yeah.
Several candles. Now, at this point, though, I'm not necessarily predicting down or up. I mean, sometimes your candles aren't very clear. What I'm identifying is it's slowed down and, from here, it's got to go somewhere and it's
Right.
going to do something big. So I'm just first identifying that stoppage, like it's slowing down. And then from there, box it out. This was actually kind of clear. You got your tall wicks on top, your candle bodies are facing towards the bottom. So that's kind of showing me which way it wants to push. But sometimes it's not that clear. Sometimes it's not going to show you that clear. So I'll box it out and I'll just trap it and go back to the initial breakout method of just looking at the momentum. If it explodes up and, I'm comfortable with it, I'm going to get in. If it doesn't, you're going to know it's going to be a fake out. It's going to come up and return. So yeah, in that particular situation, let me see. I haven't really charted up. I've been trading on my phone a lot lately, but let's see. So like right here, you kind of identify that it's trading in this area, more or less like a channel. Again, right up here, you're getting it slowing down right here. You're getting this tall wick here. You got a few wicks here indicating down. It even jumped right there. And then again, that's what I would be identifying. Entry point just outside the structure with momentum based. And you can set your stop loss just back inside the structure. And it's not too far off. It's not 30 pips. It's not 40 pips, 50 pips. Most of my stop losses are sometimes 10 pips, sometimes less if the structure, is very clear.
Yes. I'm on a call. I'll be down in a minute.
So yeah, that's what I'd identify. And then at that point, I'm going to box it out.
See, and then
you don't have to. Sometimes I get in up here. If I'm real confident in it, I get in kind of early, but whatever.
Try to get a better position up high. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell, like I said, you'll feel the momentum. You just have to learn to read it and learn how US 30 moves. It's going to show you clear. Again, I trade on my 5-minute, but I can drop down to my 1 minute, and that'll give me a little clearer picture of the fight that's going on.
See, on my here, let me share again.
Yeah, go ahead.
On my 15, what I have marked up is a hell of a lot cleaner than my 5.
On my FTMO, I've been actually trading a little bit more in my 15.
Really?
But not live. I'm staying on my 5.
That rhymes too.
It's meant to be, man.
It's meant to be, exactly.
Stick with the 5-minute chart.
5 keeps you alive. 5 alive. Yeah.
That's right.
See, but on the 15, you'd have missed.
You would have missed a lot of it.
You missed a lot of it.
I
I do
mean,
my 1
I
minute.
guess in return you get the bigger moves, but I'm not really interested in the bigger moves. I'll place 2 trades and they'll both equal out to 10 pips. I don't really
That's the
care
thing,
about
though, is we can capitalize on the big moves and the pullbacks and the continuations,
that. Yeah,
right?
yeah. If you
That's what I
can,
like
go
about.
for it. Absolutely, go for it if you can. For me personally, it doesn't work, so I just stick with that. But
Well, that's how I get the volume, like with how insane. Like I trade a lot, right?
right,
So I'll catch
yeah. You
up,
place
down,
you place
fucking.
like 5 times the amount that I do. I don't trade as much as you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'd definitely be more beneficial.
Like, yeah, 126 or 146 positions last week.
That's insane numbers, though. I mean, you're with that amount of trades, you're still hitting very high percentages.
Yeah, 86% win rate
pretty.
that week. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, fucker ain't got nothing else better to do.
Oh, dude, I'm 100% professional now. Like I'm paying all my bills with this shit now.
I'm happy for you,
what it
dude.
is, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's fucking sick.
Thanks, man. I told myself I wanted to do it inside of 4 months, but I beat my 5-month anniversary anyway.
Well, you fucking crushed
Yeah,
her.
fuck me. I'm super jacked, but like the biggest difference is like I've been fucking. This is all I've been doing for months, right? Like 12, 15 hours a day every day for fucking
You want
the
some
last since I started.
tea? This one?
Don't mind me. I'm trying to chart up some more stuff.
I don't know. I don't do no charting on the weekend.
I don't even chart anymore, to be honest. The only reason I'm doing it is just because we're on the call right now, man. I'm strictly trading from my phone, actually.
Oh, really?
Sometimes when I'm at home, I'll pull up Trading View just to, I don't know, glance at it, maybe chart up a little bit. But for the most part, all my trading's done in like 30 minutes, either right before New York or just after New York.
Yeah, next week I'm gonna be focusing on doing that. Like, what's it called? Like this, fucking. Well, if everybody goes in this weekend, like
Mhm.
as everybody's said that they're coming in, I should have 50K for Monday. So fuck, I can start pulling in these numbers again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I was with the FTMO. But fuck, man, like 23. What are we looking at here? I'll be doing the same thing. Like this is 2 positions, $2,300. Wait for a really nice setup, and then just fucking hammer down a huge lot size, right? Like this would be a 10 lot instead of which equates to 200. Or this would be a 20 lot rather than 200. But what did I figure? 5% a day at 50,000 is 2,500, and then 10% is 5,000 a day. Like you could hit that, in fucking.
That's
After
about what we did on the FTMO this week, about 5 a day.
What's that?
That's what we did on the FTMO, about those numbers this week. Right.
Yeah, but I got to a certain point where it's just like you barely even have to work for it, man.
Yeah.
6 trades, 5,800. 2 trades, 2,300.
Exactly.
Like this day I fucking put in work when I did 12,000 on this count and another 6,000
Oh,
on
yeah.
another count.
61 trades.
Yeah,
No.
but
The last
I
week
get
I've
on
been
that 1
averaging
minute.
about 3K a day on D-Lo, so.
Yeah, it's dope.
That's badass, man.
I just trade my 1 and 5 still. Doing the same thing, doing my channels,
Yeah.
and just taking the breaks on the channels as long as your Stotch or SI is, angled in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, I'm finding that it moves in channels more than it does in single boxes consolidation these days.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree, man. It's moving more towards that. I've noticed, breakouts are less relevant. You still find them, but I've been getting a lot of rejections in those channels, just waiting for that exhaustion and just getting in at the very beginning. And I guess it's not every situation you can tell how far it's going to go. So I guess some situations I'm not placing take profit, but more often than not, man, I'm just taking my phone out, spotting a setup, setting up my move, and just putting my phone back in my pocket and hitting take profits.
Oh, really? Yeah. I did that a bit last week. I don't know. I have been finding myself do that more and more too. Like if I find a good setup, I'll hit my, put my stop loss outside of structure and then let it go.
Right.
Fucked last week. What was it? I had one trade go $3,200. On fucking when I just opened my live account. It went my way and hit all my zones. It was wicked.
Damn. It's been
that was the
helping
same
me a
thing.
lot.
I just put the stop loss outside of structure and just forgot about it overnight. What's that?
That's what's been helping me, man, is actually putting it in my pocket, because sometimes when I'm watching, I'll start second guessing myself and maybe get out too early. So
that's my problem too.
Yeah, I got that problem too.
I draw up all these fucking lines and I come home and I see them every single day.
Well, that was definitely one of mine. Is I would start to get really stupid nervous, especially after I'd have like a good 12% day, and then all of a sudden, the next day, all of a sudden I would, I get it same way.
Right.
So it's a good way to kind of just put it down and trust your gut.
Hey, I'm glad you made it on.
Yeah.
Glad you were able to make it.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm just on my way out. So, and I was like, oh, once I park, I can make it work. So
That's good. Yeah, but no, that's definitely been helping me with my discipline and actually sitting in trades longer and hitting take profits, and it's working a lot better. But Ty, do you have any questions, man? Like, I don't know, man. What do you want?
I'm not bad at entries, but I need to get better at like exits. Like I don't know. Like I just find myself like not like holding. Like the thing is, like I'll set my TP and then kind of like I'll get out early, and then I'm just like,
right.
Well, like example yesterday, like I was in a GU trade. I was up $1,700, and then I got out, and then meanwhile it went all the way to my take profit, and then it would have been like 8K, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that kind of hurts a little bit, man. I mean, I'm happy that I spotted the move. I'm happy I spotted the move. I got the move, but when it hits where your take profit was and you just closed out beforehand anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
I don't know. Well, like if I see a good number, like I'll take it like all day long. Like it's good.
That's what Omar said too. When it hits your golden number, take it.
Yeah, that's smart. So, because that's the other thing, then you get the FOMO and it starts to translate into your trades because you're like, oh, I'll hold it a bit longer. Oh, I'll hold it a bit longer. And it just takes that one piece of news that you forgot to look up at or anything, and then you've lost all your profit. So take your profit and go.
I've been very bad at that lately. Now that you bring that up, the news, I've been very bad at watching.
I've been bad with the news as well.
I haven't ran into any problems, but yeah, I need to get back into a better habit of that. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, I think I caught you just at the time that I probably needed the most. Like you just totally answered the question when I was like, why am I da da? So you just mentioning that exhaustion and looking at that, I'm like, I'm waiting for the breakthrough to go. I'm looking at it totally backwards, but you just totally clarified that for me, Patrick. So thank you so much. Like caught that just as I parked. I was like, oh, that's what I've been doing wrong. So thank you.
I think what you're saying is like, boxing it out and getting in on the initial breakout, like when it breaks support resistance. Yeah. So that was how my strategy started, and how I developed it for myself was just hitting that breakout. With time, it got more difficult. You get in on what you think's the breakout and you're just getting faked out. So, and now, I guess there was a lot more breakouts whenever I, came up with that strategy for myself. Again, it's switched to, now it just seems like it's moving in more channels, and there's a lot more price action trading that I'm doing with exhaustion and rejections. So, I mean, you just got to change with the times,
Sorry.
Yeah, and I think that's like with most strategies, because again, mine was working really, really well, and then I swear it's just like something flips, and you're like, how? So, and then yeah, you have to sit down and reanalyze like the way it's moving, because like US 30, I agree, is not moving the way it was last year, and it's not moving the way it was even 8 months ago.
Oh, in the
Yeah.
next couple months, it's now that it's back up to, pre-COVID price, like it's
Yeah.
going to range totally differently than it did before, right?
Yeah.
I find that the biggest thing that separates like what me and Patrick do and everybody else is the only thing that me and Patrick watch all day long, or not all day long, but like generally speaking, is US 30, right? So we're not
We keep up with
watching
the tape.
anything other than US 30.
Right.
So like we get to understand and understand it a lot more thoroughly than people that are going to do 10 different currency pairs and then go and try to scalp US 30. You know what I mean? Like if you're watching it like we do and you stick to a single strategy and master it on a single pair like US 30, like that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, it's game over after that, man.
Yeah.
Because like we do boxing method and price action, and there's a little bit of EMAs and a little bit of volume session on my screen and my Stoch RSI and a bit of ADX, but it's like been doing this the way that I've been doing it for so long that I don't really have to pay attention to all of it individually anymore. It just speaks to you at a certain point, right? Like I don't know, it all just comes together, and fuck, it's just like learning a language. You just the easiest way to explain it. But when you go and jump over and run DLO for the week, or large percentage of your time is doing something different or doing currency pairs, like you'll never get the success
Never
level that
actually,
you
like,
want to get
master
in the time that you want to get it if you're spreading yourself too thin.
No, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
I've had a
Yeah,
whole
Or
bunch
if
of
you
people.
do, if you're doing one strategy, and then sometimes you try and combine strategies or something, or you see something different, it'll mess you up.
Yeah, if
I
you
don't
find
know.
something that's working relative, like in reasonably, just stick to it until you master it. Like,
Yeah.
and then if you want to add something on after you've mastered it and you've become profitable, then great, you can add, right? Like I've been adding a bit here and there. Like, I kind of mastered my 1 minute scalping strategy, and then I started doing session volume. So I still keep track of my session volume, and it's always there, and I do watch the levels. But yeah, so now I've added the matrix and some EMAs, and I'm kind of using the DLO strategy in with my current setup. But you have to have like a super solid base before you start adding shit.
Right.
Yep.
No, I agree with that, man. You just hit it on the head there.
And like
Yeah.
another big thing you should be doing too is fucking not trading live or wherever you're at. Hop on an FTMO free demo and just run that. I ran that for 2 months straight, and it's the best thing I've ever done for my trading. Because like if you watch, for instance, I'll show you one sec.
It's the equity curve. That's what it's all about.
It's not even the equity curve, man. It's this stuff right here. Are you
Everything.
seeing this screen? Am I on the right one?
Yeah.
Like for one, these guys are giving random people that they're never going to meet hundreds of thousands of dollars. So like these numbers mean something, right? Like you have to be just as crazy about these numbers as they are, right? So like the biggest thing I did was I did my, my normal scalping method and everything, and I had an unbelievable, like a crazy, 80% plus win rate. Like the last 6 weeks, I'm up over 80%, 6 weeks consecutive, right? But that's all great and everything, but my risk reward was shit and my profit factor was shit, right? So I'd have these huge, win rates, and I'd be, somewhat profitable. But it wasn't until I started FTMO that I really started understanding, like, oh, hey, risk reward ratio and profit factors are big deals. And these max day loss numbers and max overall loss numbers are a big deal, right? Like for these guys to just follow these schematics and then give you $300,000 to trade up to, you know what I mean? Like that means it's a big deal. So if you take it as seriously as they do,
That's exactly what that means.
you're fucking laughing, right? Like
That's right.
the numbers that I'm seeing now are hugely because of, you know, have the instinct, you know, I had the wicked win rate, but I had to, you know, master the risk reward ratio and the profit factor. You can have one of three and be, you know, a profitable trader. But if you have like two that are balanced or three that are balanced, you know, you're doing it right. But, you know, if you're getting insane numbers that, you know, on all three, like, fuck, there's no turning back then, right? Like once you master the little trifecta, and you're watching your max day losses and stuff like that, like then you got it. But I feel like this is just as important, if not more important than the strategy itself.
No, I agree with you, man.
Have you guys been finding that these numbers have been helping you too, or?
Oh yeah, man. FTMO has been a huge help for me with my risk management and stuff on my Hugo's live account. My losses are less than $100. I mean, it's definitely tightened me up on my risk management, and took a lot of getting used to, but I'm starting to come around with it now. But yeah, the stats, the statistics that they give you, no, it's a big help, man. Game changer.
It's huge. I don't feel like anyone should be trading live with their own money until they can at least not necessarily pass, but at least get those statistics, you know, into healthy numbers, right? Because
understand it.
Yeah, because it's like this stuff is just as important as your strategy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's why my spreadsheets are so insane, right? Because like I don't know, I feel like every little bit matters tremendously. And if you're not paying attention to everything, you don't know what you're doing wrong. So you're going to continue doing that thing you're doing wrong until you realize it, right? But is that girl that's on here, what's her name?
Karina, right?
Karina, yeah.
Okay, good.
Are you doing FTMO demo?
No, I don't do FTMO demo. So I'm using my broker's demo through my actual brokerage account to marry exactly what I'd be doing, not mimicking, but exactly what I would be doing with my live account. So, and yeah. So I'm back that, and it's tough for me. You guys, I'm under the impression you guys are all in the States.
No, I'm in Canada.
You're in Canada.
I'm in Alberta.
Okay, yeah, I'm in Vancouver.
Oh,
okay.
I'm on Vancouver Island, so.
Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, so I don't know. I decided to settle down because you guys are obviously trading with much larger accounts than I am. So it just made sense for me with a small account just to stick with what I'm doing and to use the demo account through that brokerage. But I wouldn't mind looking at and understanding what you guys are doing and everything.
Yeah. Hey, Kyle, why don't you dive in, I guess, and maybe explain a little bit more what FTMO is. It's because it's great and you could definitely do it.
Mm-hmm.
So like another big thing too is the great thing about FTMO. So for instance, like I don't know, everybody's all over the charts here. Like I don't know, I don't have any money invested into my portfolio. It's all funded by individuals, right? But like for instance, what are you planning on starting with when you do go live? Just like ballpark.
Oh, super small. It's only going to be a $500 account. I'm that small.
Okay.
I've blown 3 accounts, 2 500s and 1 100. Yeah. So, and I'm just not in the position right now with what's happening with my business to, you know, I could go all in, but I could also go all out at this point. So I just have to be smart and work.
That's a good one.
No, that's good.
Work
Honestly,
very, very small and goals.
Yeah, don't get discouraged at all. Like, I don't know, one of the best quotes I've heard recently is like every dollar you put into the markets is tuition. And like I'm a fucking perfect image of that, because I've spent $20,000 in the last 4 months learning this. And in the last 2 weeks, I've made like with investment and with everything, like I'm looking at having a $50,000 trading account this weekend, right? By this weekend, I'm thinking I should be up over 100 by the end of the month. So like once it all clicks and you get it, like it just explodes and snowballs from there, right? So don't ever be discouraged with blowing accounts. I couldn't count. I couldn't even fucking imagine how many accounts I've blown.
Yeah, my last one was definitely an acceptance. I was like, yeah, okay, well, this is happening. I was just like, whatever. I just let that one go. I had no emotion left in that one. I was like, it's gone.
But it shouldn't be emotional though. Like every single one that I blew and every fucking penny that I lost in the last, 4 or 5 months, like every single time I lost it, you just say, okay, don't do that again. And you move forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid a lot, in this tuition in the markets, but like it's showing now with my results and everything, right? But what I was trying to get at is the great thing about FTMO is, for one, you can go and do a challenge that is like, you can go do a $10,000 challenge, and then you're working with more realistic numbers. But the best thing about it though is once you realize that the only thing that's changing along with your account size is your lot size. So even a prime example is I traded a $50,000 max leveraged aggressive FTMO for 2.5 months straight. So I was extremely used to fucking with $50,000 account, right? So what I did is I went live about 2-3 weeks ago now, and dropped everything and went live 100%, right? Actually, around the time that I started this account, I went live. And I went from a $50,000 account to an $8,000 account. And then I turned that $8,000 account into $10,000 or to $15,000 in 2 weeks, right? So once you understand that the only thing that's changing is your lot size and your targets, like that's the only thing that changes. The trades are the same. Everything you're doing is the same. You're just, trading according to a percentage based risk on your account size. So,
on your account size. Yeah, exactly. So that I totally understand. And that makes sense because of course the larger your account becomes, you still may be like, oh, I'm a 10 pip trader. But when you're increasing your lot size, then that's obviously you're making more, right?
Look at these numbers, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing. 52 to 37, $750, right?
Yeah.
Like that's all me and Patrick are doing. We're not looking. Look at this, $1,050. That's 7 points.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing the same tiny moves, just on a larger scale.
So we have to be right for a minute or two. That's it.
Yep. And that's the thing. And that's where I have to stop comparing myself right now is if I'm starting with a smaller account, I know with what I can do with my max lot size on that, it's going to take me a bit longer. It's going to take an extra couple of trades. It's just going to take a bit longer. That's all. To hit my 5% for the day. It's just a bit different. And I know that, and because I'm a go-getter, I start to get a little angsty about it more than anything. I'm like, I just want to get there. So, and that's something that I need to show.
Well, don't they? Couldn't you also get, say, like a 50K demo account, practice on that, and then get like a 50K live on FTMO? It's only like $500 anyways. So
that's what I'm trying to get at with her there.
So what you're saying now. Okay.
So as of right now, do you know your risk reward ratio or your profit factor or even your win rate?
No, I would have no clue. So that's new to me for sure.
So if you don't know that stuff, like,
Yeah.
For one, if you're seeing blue all day and then a huge fucking loss, that means you
Yep.
have bad risk reward ratio, right? And
Yep.
profit factor. But like I was saying earlier, if you have like an unbelievable profit win rate and your profit factor is 44 without the 7, or like fucking 0 to 80, like that means you're going to be losing money and you will not be profitable, right? So 1,000%, like if you want to take your trading to the next level, I tell this to everyone, like do not trade demo, do not trade live unless it's through the FTMO platform. Go hop on there, open a demo account. If you want to do 10,000, do 10,000. You want to do 25, do 50, whatever. What you have to understand is it's all relative to the account size. So your sizes change. So realistically, it does not matter. I like to mess with the bigger accounts. It's just what I like. But go and open a $10,000 FTMO challenge. Get used to the max drawdown. Get used to everything, and start focusing on those risk reward ratios. Like if you're negative at the end of the day or at the end of the week and you hop on here and it says that you've got, a 60% win rate and a 0 to 44% risk reward, like that means you need to increase your risk reward, or that means you need to increase your profit factor or whatever, right? So like, I don't know, that's huge. Like I feel like a lot of those traders that are in the IM Academy, and a large majority of them, like the reason that 90% of these people quit inside of 3 months is because they haven't a fucking clue to what they're doing wrong. Like
Right.
you could have the best strategy in the world, and if your risk reward and profit factors are not, decent, you will not succeed, period. You can have the best fucking most unbelievable strategy ever and an 87% win rate, but if your losses are outweighing, you can lose all of this in one trade. Like you can blow a $50,000 account in one trade if you fucking leave it for long enough, right? So like, I don't know, if you want to take your shit to the next level, like my biggest tip above following Patrick's or my strategy or anyone's strategy, the biggest thing you can do to get better, I'm good, thanks buddy, is hop on FTMO tomorrow, start an account, and just start obsessing about those risk reward ratios, the profit factors, and the win rates. Like you hit all of these on the head and get them, all of them decent, you will be a profitable trader. And after that, I'm talking to a bunch of people. Just give me a second. So, moving forward from those numbers and the importance of those numbers, like obviously I put enough emphasis into that. The best thing about FTMO is if you can't pass a challenge, why do you think that you'll be able to be profitable and a successful trader, period, is like my big thing, right? So I say hop on FTMO, get those, max day loss numbers hit, get those, get a good risk reward ratio, get a good profit factor, win rates, master that stuff and pass. And if you pass, that means you're a profitable trader and you're ready to take your trading to the next level and invest some money, right? But the best thing about that is, how long do you think it would take you to build a $500 account into a $50,000 account? Like it's gonna take a long fucking time. So if you just bust your butt and hit these numbers and trade the FTMO platform with say a $50,000 account, and then once you're passing consistently and you're feeling confident and you're getting some consistency and your expectancy average, reward rate, profit factors, all that other stuff, then all you have to do is go on and do a new challenge and pay for a challenge. And then you pay, what is it, $810 Canadian, and you do yourself a $50,000 challenge. And then there you go. For $800, you just got yourself a $50,000 funded challenge where you make 80%.
No, the 51, that one's 100,000. The 50.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah, the 850 is 100. Yeah.
Sure.
So they're giving you the equity toward the different? Sorry, I'm a bit confused with that.
So when you pass, so say, one sec.
I mean, I can obviously look it up, have a boo in it. I'm just
So what FTM?
yeah.
You keep
FTMO
70% of the profits, and they keep 30%.
Okay.
So
You
you
pass
go,
a challenge. You pass a challenge and prove to them that you can be a profitable trader. They fund you whatever
Okay.
size account that you're trying to trade, and then you receive 70% of your profits.
So like if you're gonna
Okay.
start your regular live account, you know, like if you're doing an FTMO demo and you're seeing the numbers that Kyle sees or any of us are doing, then instead of
Right.
creating your live account for $500, shove it to FTMO and get a $100,000 account, then take your 70% of your profits and shove it to a live account and trade both of them. Now you get 100% profits over here and 70% profits over here and trade big money.
well, plus
Yeah.
we're in Canada. So if they're taking 70%, or sorry, we're getting 70% once you do the US to CAD conversion because they pay out
Yeah.
in US, then it's, you know, up another whatever percent. So you're almost getting 100%.
Yeah, you
Right.
almost cover that 30%.
It's pretty well on
I end up
par.
getting like 95%. So
But
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
That's a good point. Right.
and the biggest emphasis is just back to, like, if you want to be a profitable trader, you need to obsess about those 4 numbers, right? Or
Yeah.
those 3
I
numbers,
see
whatever,
where you're coming from with that.
right?
That's
And then once
good. Yeah.
you're passing and profitable, well, then you're ready to invest. So if you want to go and put $1,000 in an account and, you know, build that, great, do it. But you could do this and, you know, inside of 6 months be a funded trader and, you know, quit your day job or whatever, right? You know, depending on the person, it could take a year or 2, but even still. So you, like, a prime example is my girlfriend, for instance. Like, she went to, you know, school for nursing. That's a $40,000 student loan, and took 4 or 5 years. Then it took her, you know, 6 months to hold a, you know, full-time position. But it's just like, if you jump on FTMO and do the demo, you won't lose $1. You don't have to pay the $20,000 in 4 months tuition that I had to pay, right? But that's just what worked for me.
Oh, and
And
when
then,
you
yeah,
pass
you
the
get
challenge,
profitable. What's that?
when you pass the challenge, you get your initial $500 investment back. They return it to you.
Yeah, so your refundable fee here, like, this is in euros for some stupid reason. But once you, so say you get a $10,000 account and it's a 30-day challenge period. So you have minimum 10 days to maximum 30 days to make $1,000, right?
Right.
So again, if you're hitting those numbers on the previous page that I was showing you,
Yeah.
then you're an obviously, you know, you're consistent and profitable trader. Once you pass a few of those challenges, then, you know, these numbers are quite easy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and you passed a few and you're ready to be, you know, go live, then hop on here and go and buy a fucking $100,000 account for 500 and whatever US, and then you get the $500 your first withdrawal, and you get paid monthly, right?
Crazy. Okay. Yeah.
So,
I'll definitely, that will be my weekend thing, is to just have a look into that for sure. Yeah, because I'm not going to open up another, I'm not opening up another live account anytime soon until I'm really much more dialed.
See, and that's the thing though, is like all those people on I Am Academy, you know, they're getting all the coaching and they have all the resources you could possibly imagine for a strategy, right?
Yep.
But just pick something that's, if you have something right now that's, you know, kind of working for you, but you're feeling comfortable and you like it, just fucking stick to it and master it. And, and, you know, you'll do well. And then if you do this FTMO, like 1,000%, this FTMO is a game changer. Like, even if, like, for instance, I became, you know, profitable, I use those numbers and, like, obsessed about those numbers, the risk reward ratios and all that other stuff. And then I'm at the point now where, you know, I'm almost at, like, as of right now, I should be at $50,000 trading account by Monday. So I went from, hitting the FTMO guidelines and the numbers and obsessing about that stuff, and then jumped right over to just going live without FTMO, right? Like I do plan on going back and doing a few $100,000 challenges, but as of right now, like the possibilities are endless once you become profitable and consistent and confident in what you're doing, right? But the only way to do that is to get those risk reward ratio numbers, the profit factors, and your win rates, right? Like most traders, especially day traders, they only have like a 55% win rate, but their profit factor and risk reward ratio tremendously outweigh, right? So don't feel like you have to see, like me and Patrick get fucking pretty high win rates. And I don't know, we've just really, hammered down on our disciplines and like mastered our craft essentially, right? But like you don't have to see those numbers to be profitable. And like I said, you can have a 90% win rate and be absolutely fucking unprofitable.
Garbage, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys have to say? Like that's me going off on that.
No, man, that's FTMO is definitely a good tool to use. It, it's going to better your trading. But I mean, the right way to do it is using other people's money. I mean, when it comes down to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
There's so many benefits to it. For FTMO, they'll cover your loss. That they cover the losses. So the emotion factor is almost non-existent. You can have much more focus. There's not a lot of pressure to trade because you have the capital. And like I said, I trade a higher lot size for smaller moves. To me, I mean, if you can't really get 10 pips out of, one of the most volatile markets that's moving, you got a little bit of work to do. So just stick with the smaller moves and make, bigger money doing it that way. So that's my input on FTMO. It's huge. Definitely take advantage of it. It's free. I mean, sign up a free account. The free accounts still provide you with the statistics of what you're trading, and they show you your graphs and yeah, that's my 2 cents on that, man. Kyle, you hit it on the head. Any other questions? I did want to show you back to my screen. I've been charting up this whole time just to show different scenarios.
Yeah, and like that prime example is when he just said, like if you can't get X amount, on the most volatile markets, period, like, and you have some work to do. A lot of people don't know what the fuck they're doing wrong because they don't see those 3 numbers or 4 numbers, right? So like I just put so much emphasis on how important that stuff is. Like most of those
people chase fantasies, man. I mean, a lot of people are going for the 100 pip candles, 100-point moves, and just chasing fantasies.
Yeah, but that's why they're getting those 50% win rates and good risk reward ratios, right? Like that's why they hammer down. Like it's a different strategy altogether. But again, whatever strategy you're liking, fucking as long as you master it, like, and you get those risk reward ratios and profit factors and win rates up, like you'll be laughing. What were you gonna say?
Hey,
I guess Karina, do you have any other questions about anything that you can cover?
Not really. I think, again, you really clarified, like, that's what I was doing wrong, was looking, like, with your strategy, was looking at that exhaustion. Instead, I was waiting for, say, it was in an uptrend, and then, as you and I have discussed, I have to trade with the trend. That is my own discipline, because that's how I've blown every single account, is I've traded against the trend and then tried to wait it out, and that's my own fault. So as soon as you showed me that exhaustion in a way, now I understand how to trade against the trend. So you're still trading in what that, like, in that box, what that zone was, and that's where I was making a mistake. I was thinking, okay, well, it's trending up. I'm going to get into this thing. And then it would fake me out by doing that little reversal. And strictly because it was actually showing that exhaustion, and it was actually reversing, and then it was maybe doing a trend reversal on top of it. So that clarified that. I like your strategy, actually marries really well with mine. It kind of just gives that little extra confirmation, and that's what I'm really enjoying about it. So, and with me is I have to stop trading when the market's slow, and I just need to get up in the morning, wait for the basket order to finish doing their shit, and trade that.
So
and
do you
call
have
it a day.
golden hours?
Pardon me?
Do you have the golden hours app?
Sorry, which app?
The
Golden
hours app?
Golden Hours app. No, I do not.
Those are the key. Like, do you have an iPhone?
Yes.
Okay, add me back to that stupid chat. I'll
What's
send you
that?
some links. Add me back to your guys' fucking Slate chat. I'm getting raped into getting back into it.
What?
And all three of you guys messaging me individually.
Yeah,
Oh,
really.
There's
Okay,
Zoom
see,
call, there's
Derek.
this, there's that.
See,
I'm trying
Derek,
to
he's
keep you in
coming
the loop.
back. We said he's gonna come back.
You guys didn't give me a choice. I got three of you hitting me.
Boom, he's back in it. Me and Derek said, geez, it's only a matter of time before he's going to come back. He's got it.
No,
We
you guys
said we
forced
didn't
me
give
into
you
it.
a week.
You guys forced me into it. You're all bugging me about the same shit that's on the chat now.
That's so
yeah.
funny. Typical.
Did you say you have an iPhone? Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Change the subject. Fuck y'all. So basically, what it does, it highlights the golden hours of trading. So it's the most volatile, like highest liquidity, best times to trade, right? Like,
Yeah.
so are you in IM?
I am no longer in IM. I've been in and out of it twice, and I first time. Yeah, no, we're not.
Hey, that's fine.
Okay.
I fucking hate it. I fucking hate MLMs, multi-level marketing, all that shit. I fucking hate it. The only reason I'm into it was to learn how to do dealo.
Well, that's the thing. I just wanted to learn how to trade, and both times I kind of got back into it, and it just shifted right away into, oh, well, what are your networking goals? I said, I don't have those. I don't want those. I said, I need to learn how to trade before I even remotely want to actually network and market this thing. No.
Yeah, but Omar and our group isn't like that.
Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah, oh, I know. So that's how I know all of you guys, and that's how Andrew Kavanaugh hooked me up with Patrick, was because I was with Omar last year, and Omar and I eventually did not get along very well. And I chose to leave. So I joined a new team a couple of months ago, and I was able to shift everything over to that team because I had been inactive for at that point, I think like 7 or 8 months or more than that. So, but kind of same thing, got into the team, really lovely people, but then it just shifted right away back into the networking. I was like, no, no. So.
Which team? Curious.
Ryan Blackwell and Jason Botham.
I had no
Lovely
idea.
guys. Actually, really have utmost respect for them. And when I left, I told them why I left, and I said, it's not you guys, but I just really want to hone in on the strategy and master this, and I don't want the distraction of networking.
Totally.
That's it. So anyway, so out of it again. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll download that app.
So basically, all it shows you is this stuff here.
Yep.
Right.
And that will change. That changes on the daily. Like, do they that adjust, or is this just
it's the same time every day? Same time.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yep.
So you have your certain time frames. Like, that's why Derek always bitches about never being able to trade the London-New York crossover. It's because it's the highest volume, highest fucking volatility in the markets, right? And that's when the big moves are going to happen.
I usually wake up 3 a.m. So
if you stick to those golden hours, you'll double your fucking opportunity and your success rate, like, just by doing that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So I have to pick a time because for me, it's either like, and I used to be a night owl, so I had no problem trading.
See, and
At
that's
the,
good, right?
yeah, I had
For
no
that.
problem with that. But now it's shifted. I'm getting up earlier. So, but of course, being in Vancouver, it is really the sparrow start. You're kind of getting up and you're like, okay, we can do this. So, but I find that that's when I see way more consistency in the market too.
Yeah. So if you
Doing
get
the
up
viewer
at 3
assessment.
a.m. and trade like US 30, like it'll move nicely at that time for London. And then
Yeah.
at 6 a.m., what is that, 5 a.m. your
6:30.
time? Huh?
Yeah. No, it's 6:30 Pacific Open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to remember that specific, right? But if you trade, like see the most volatile times is New York, London crossover, and it's the highest liquidity in the markets. So if you're getting up at 3, 2, or like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and trading till you have to go to work and then just going to bed early, like the worst times is to be trading is at like the Asian sessions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's why that DELO program totally, they only trade the golden hours period. Like that's their strategy, right? And then there's also golden days. So if you really want to capitalize on the time on charts, then trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. to fucking 8 or 9 a.m. and then Friday, take the other days off or whatever, right? Like I trade every day, so it's different. But
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting in the
day.
habit of just doing the and what I do is I wait kind of between around 6:45 towards 7 a.m. Pacific, just after the basket orders are done because they move so weirdly, and then I start to see that pattern pick back up again, and it's pretty good. So I just have to discipline myself back into the rules that I set for myself, and then of course as soon as I had that one really bad trade last week, I just threw all my rules out the window, and that was.
Oh yeah, and then you lose even more, right?
You got it.
But that's the great thing about that FTMO challenge, right? Is if you have a max day loss and you hit it, you are fucking done for the day.
Yeah.
My max day loss is usually 0. Like if I get into profit, I hit my goal, and then all of a sudden it turns around and I fucking get to, break even again. Well, that means I'm done because now I want to get to that $1,000 mark that I was at, or I want to get to that whatever mark, right? Because that's revenge trading too. You don't necessarily have to be in the red to revenge trade, but like you have to throw that out the door or out the window completely, right? So, if you again get on that FTMO and you hit those numbers, like if you even get close to 5% loss, like you're gonna shut down because tomorrow you have another chance, right? Like because you have a max loss of 10,000, right?
Yeah.
So the way it works, and this is the way everyone should structure their trading, is you have a max loss of 5%, or what is it? 5%. I'm no good at math or numbers, but anyways, you have a max loss of 5%, right? So if you even come close, so if you hit 5% in a day, negative, even with an open trade, open drawdown, you're done and you lose that account. So if you have a live account, like this is fucking important. Like this is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
So if you have $100,000 account and you're doing really well, and for a fucking second that drawdown goes to negative, past 5%, you are done and you lose that account, right? And to get that number right there, that not passing does not go green again. That count is dead, right? I trade super aggressively and I'd ignore that because I wasn't intending on fucking doing FTMO challenge. So I don't know. I'm not too worried about that number myself, but that's because it goes with my trading style. But so basically what I was getting at is if you have, say you have $1,000 in your account and you have a max day drawdown of 5%. So if you ever see negative 5% at any time, close out and be done for the day, right?
Okay.
There's-
Yeah.
The theory behind that is, and you want to close out before, like, you
Yeah.
know, at like
Yeah.
a 3% is what a lot of traders will do. So if you have
Yep.
a max day loss of 3% and you lose 3% and you're strict about quitting at 3% and starting, you know, tomorrow on session open, what that does, say we got negative 3,000, well, that we're allowed to get negative 10,000. So I could get, what is that, 369, fucking almost 4 days losses at maximum 3% per day before I lose my account, right? So this is like a defense mechanism that they're trying to ingrain into you so that you're never blowing accounts, right? So to protect yourself, you're only ever going to hit like, you know, minus fucking 4% or 3% to save your capital and to save your account. Does that
Totally.
make sense?
And that was actually one of my rules. And again, I just, yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
I just have
exactly.
to ingrain my rules and not deviate from them.
And this program will help that, right? Because
Yeah.
like, you know, this number, fucking all of these numbers are so important. So once you start seeing these climb and you start seeing some, you know, this stuff pass, like do what I do. And like, even if you hit one of these numbers, keep that in your head, note it down and learn for it, you know, and adjust your lot sizes accordingly. But keep going until you hit the end of the date, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, hey, you know what? I hit, you know, I broke my max day loss once. Let's not do it again. And just keep going until you hit those dates, right? And then renew and do it again. And if you break one of them again, doesn't fucking matter, because what you're trying to see with this demo is these numbers be nice
Mm-hmm.
and healthy, right? Like you can have really good, you know, risk reward expectancy, profit factor, win rates, and all that other stuff, but hit negative 5% drawdown every once in a while. That doesn't mean you're fucking, you know, shit in the bed. It's just they do this to protect their capital, but it's also an extremely good practice to get into. Because, for instance, if you had a bad day and you know, you hit 3% drawdown or 3% total loss and you cut her and you called it a day, and then tomorrow it's a new day and it's a new profit target, and you know it's a new, your max draw or your max loss has been reset again. Like to get hit zero, if you're losing 3% a day, like do the math on that. Like you have a lot of days you have to be, you know,
Really
in
screwing
red
up.
to do it, to
Yeah.
lose it, right? And that's why these systems are so important. And that's why I emphasize the importance on this program so much, because like, I don't know, like if you're, like I said, if you have a wicked strategy and a wicked win rate and everything else is garbage, you're going to continue to blow accounts. And that's what I was doing. Like I had an unreal win rate, you know, before FTMO, and I blew account after account after account. You never beat my fucking win rate, but I was blowing accounts left, right, and center, and they were live accounts, all of them, right?
Yeah.
So it wasn't until I got onto FTMO that I started hammering down and obsessing about, you know, I just seen this and I'm like, okay, these guys are going to give me $300,000, you know, to trade, and I get 70%, which is, you know, no other company really does 70%. So I'm like, these numbers must be important. And I obsessed about them for 3 months. And yeah, fucking as of today, like if everything, it's really unbelievable for me to say as of now, but like the way things are going and the way things have been the last 2 weeks, like I will never work again. I can pretty well confidently say that. Like it just
Yeah.
seems too good to be true, even for me as of right now. But like there's no reason in my head with the numbers that I'm seeing and the consistency that I'm seeing because of this program that I'll ever have to work again.
Right. Cool.
Right? Like seems like it's just mind-boggling for me to even say and everything, but like I just like to put that much emphasis on how important this stuff is.
Yeah.
Like this will take you to the next level tenfold. Like ask Ty, right?
Yeah.
Well, even Patrick's been going off on it, right? Like he was done and he was not, he wasn't interested in doing FTMO again because I think he blew a count or something. And then I'm just like, dude, like those numbers are fucking important. Like they mean something. These guys aren't going to give you $300,000, almost as much as my house just for fun. It's like, that's because these numbers are a big deal. So like you take them seriously, you'll end up being a serious trader. But yeah, like that's the biggest thing with those IM Academy and all other stuff. All they're teaching you is how to get in and out of positions and, use one of these crazy fucking tools. And hopefully you're still leveraging properly and stuff, right? But like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, crazy.
Big.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry, I go
thank
right
you.
off. I have real bad ADHD. I'll fucking go right off on shit.
Ah.
Love you, bro.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not too crazy for you guys.
Nah, you're good, man. Good. Yeah, well, good talking to you guys. I got to get headed, but
Yeah, me too.
I will. We'll definitely get back on a Zoom in the near future. Let's try to do something next week, like a live trading or something.
Why don't we get on, like, how about we go in the chat, find a time that works for you guys, and why don't we do a weekly Zoom on Wednesdays? Wednesdays, I say, because it's that golden time, right? But why don't
Wednesdays
we
work good
all
for me too.
let's look on the golden hours and let's find a time that all of us can get on, sometime in those golden hours, and we could get on, do some lives and show what we're looking at with momentum. Like I trade Asian range. A lot of my money is made in Asian range these days, which is just, ranging shitty volatility, but I love it. On my 1 minute, it just ranges and it's always going to go back to your entry if it goes the wrong way. But anyways, yeah, take a look at that. Throw up a few numbers that work for you, a few times that work for you. Everyone can do the same. And fuck, man, let's do this like every week. Me
do it
and
up.
Ty and Derek have had some of my biggest aha moments ever have been on chats with those guys at like fucking 2:00 in the morning. So it's just like
3:00 in the morning.
Blowing up.
Yeah, if we can all get on, once a week or aim for once a week, it'll probably only be once every 2 weeks or whatever. But if we can aim for that, we'll just
Wednesdays work solid for me because I don't work till 8 a.m. So I got a bunch of time in the morning. So
Yeah,
any day it works for me. This is all I do.
Fishing.
I know you. Yeah.
What was that there, Patrick?
I said, yeah, we'll figure it out, man. As long as I'm not fishing, we'll be good.
Are you doing this full time now?
No, I'm not. Not yet.
Soon. Very soon.
No, I'm fishing full time though.
Yeah, there you go. That's just it, man. Like if you have your set times that you're trading and you're hitting, with a $50,000 account, you only have to make fucking few trades a day and then go fish.
Yeah.
While
I'm
we
fishing,
have
I got time.
2 trades and you destroy what you make at your day job. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
While
I'm
we're
pretty
all on
excited.
here, is there anything else?
I really want to pay off all my debt from being
me too, dude.
idiot. And yeah, once I'm done and I'm debt free, man, that's really when I'm looking to quit my job, because just now it's another source of income at this point, and I can deal with that.
totally.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it. It's a fucking cakewalk, and I trade half the time anyway. So
Yeah, see, that's not bad. If you weren't able to trade at work, then that would suck,
man,
because it gets to a point where, is it really worth being there?
Yeah, exactly. Wasting your skill away. But yeah. Anyway, man, good talking to everybody. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I'm gonna go get some beer.
Yeah. Let's get it.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm gonna
dude,
get out on the
19+.
water with my beers.
One up in me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Your
I could go for
beers.
the water though.
Yeah.
All right.